Welcome back to Empowered Voices, Finding Strength in Survivors. I'm PJ, and I'm so grateful to have you here with me today. If this is your first time checking out my content, I want to give you a huge thanks and a warm welcome to our community. Your support means the world to me. If you find my content inspiring and empowering, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. By doing so, you'll stay updated on the latest topics and join a community of resilient individuals on their healing journeys. Hello, beautiful souls. I'm genuinely delighted to connect with you today and explore a topic that's profoundly personal and transformative. Earlier this year, I've had the privilege of sharing my journey through over 100 videos. Some of these have deeply resonated, while others have been quieter. Through this journey, one crucial lesson has stood out to me: the immense importance of having a solid support system. This realization has taught me so much about the nature of relationships and how we navigate them as we grow. As we embark on our personal journeys of self-discovery and healing, we often encounter a challenging reality. Not everyone in our lives will continue to support our growth in the ways we might hope. It can be disheartening to realize that some friends or acquaintances may be too engrossed in their own lives to engage with our journey or share our content. This used to frustrate me deeply. I would question whether their lack of engagement meant they didn't care about my happiness or growth. But over time, I've learned that this isn't necessarily the case. Sometimes it simply means that our paths are leading us in different directions. There was a time when I sought validation from others. I poured my energy into supporting those around me, hoping for that same support and affirmation in return. I believed that if I was the friend who always showed up and gave my all, I would be valued and loved in return. But I discovered that this quest for external validation was a trap. It made me lose sight of the crucial fact that true validation must come from within. It's a painful reality, but I've come to understand that it's okay to release people from your life with love. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care about them or that you're angry or resentful. It simply means that the chapter of your life that included them has ended. The relationship no longer serves both of you in the way it once did, and it's time to honor that shift with kindness and respect. For a long time, I felt compelled to hold on to relationships to prove my loyalty. But I've realized that true loyalty must start with ourselves. I'm still learning that prioritizing my well-being isn't a selfish act. It's about recognizing when it's time to move on, and doing so with kindness, not resentment. One of my biggest fears has always been how my decision to step away would affect others. I worried about their feelings and how they might perceive my departure. But I've learned that worrying about things beyond my control is both unproductive and exhausting. My hope is that those I part ways with will understand that this decision is about my own growth and well-being. It's a bit like saying, no hard feelings, or it's not you, it's me. For the first time, I truly understand the essence of these words. It's not about harboring ill will. It's about recognizing that prioritizing my own well-being is essential for my personal growth. When it comes to ending relationships, whether they are friendships, romantic partnerships, or other connections, it's important to approach the situation with grace and compassion. Consider how you might communicate your decision without causing unnecessary hurt. For instance, you might say, "I care about you deeply, but I've realized that our paths are no longer aligned." This approach acknowledges the value of the relationship while honestly addressing the need for change. It's important to remember that you don't owe anyone but yourself. This journey is yours, and while you might meet many people along the way, not everyone will be there when you reach the end. The key is to walk your path with authenticity and self-respect, knowing that those who are meant to be with you will join you at the right moments. By releasing with love, you are creating space for new connections that resonate with your true self. It's about aligning with those who genuinely support and uplift you, rather than clinging to relationships that no longer serve your well-being. Embrace the change and trust that it's all part of the process of becoming who you are meant to be. Surround yourself with those who reflect the best in you and support your journey. This is how you build a network of genuine, nurturing relationships that enhance your life and your path. If you find yourself in a situation where someone's presence is hindering your progress or preventing you from reaching your higher self, it might be time to set them free. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're making a conscious choice to protect your energy and prioritize your growth. Ending a relationship can be done with compassion. Simply stating, "I love you, but this no longer meets my best interest," can be a respectful and honest approach. True love and respect will understand this decision, and if they don't, it will reveal their true nature. I understand that releasing someone can be a hard task. We often fear the reactions of others and worry about the emotional impact on both sides. It's essential to approach this with a mindset of respect and kindness. You might consider expressing your feelings by saying, "I've been doing a lot of reflecting and have come to realize that we are moving in different directions. This is a difficult decision, but it's one I believe is necessary for my growth." By framing it this way, you're being honest about your feelings while showing that you've given the decision careful thought. Sometimes it can be helpful to explain that the decision to part ways is about the changes you're experiencing in your own life, rather than focusing solely on the shortcomings of the relationship. For example, you might say, "My life is taking me in a new direction, and I need to focus on different priorities right now. I believe it's best for both of us to move forward separately." This approach can help minimize feelings of blame and make the conversation more about the natural progression of life. Ending a relationship doesn't have to be a dramatic event. It can be a peaceful and respectful process if handled with care. It's about acknowledging that the relationship has served its purpose and that both parties may benefit from moving on. By handling the situation with kindness, you're honoring the time you spent together and showing that you value the other person's well-being as well. In some cases, it might be helpful to offer support even as you're stepping away. You could say, "I'm grateful for the time we've shared and hope that we can both find happiness on our respective paths." This expression of gratitude can soften the impact of the separation and leave the door open for future interactions should the circumstances change. Ultimately, the process of releasing someone is about making a choice that serves your highest good and supports your growth. It's about recognizing when a relationship has run its course and understanding that moving on can be a healthy and necessary step. Embrace this process with an open heart and trust that it's leading you toward new opportunities and connections that align more closely with your true self. First, it's important to recognize and appreciate the positive moments you've shared with someone before making any changes. You might say, "I've really valued the time we've spent together and the support you've given me. However, it seems our lives are moving in different directions now." This approach honors the relationship and gently signals that it's time for a change. When discussing the need for change, being direct yet considerate is key. Instead of focusing on personal grievances, try framing the conversation around the natural course of life. For example, "I've been reflecting on where we are, and it feels like our paths are no longer aligned. I think it's best for us to go separate ways." This way, the focus is on the natural progression of life rather than placing any blame or appearing self-centered. While statements can sometimes seem self-focused, they're often used to express personal feelings without blaming the other person. Still, it's important to balance them with acknowledgement of the other person's experience. For instance, "I need to focus on new priorities right now, and this means I have to step back from our relationship. I hope you understand this isn't a reflection of you, but rather a shift in where I need to focus." This acknowledges your own needs while making it clear that the decision is about your personal journey. If you're uncomfortable with "I" statements, you might find it helpful to frame the conversation in a way that highlights mutual benefits and growth. You could say, "It seems like our paths are leading us in different directions, and it might be best for both of us to move forward separately. This change could open up new opportunities for us both." This way, you're focusing on the positive aspects of change rather than solely on your own needs. Offering a transition period can make the process feel less abrupt. For example, let's give ourselves some time to adjust to this change. It might help us both to take things slowly and make this transition as smooth as possible. This can ease the shift and show that you're considering their feelings during this process. Another way to approach this is by emphasizing the positive impact of your relationship while acknowledging the need for change. You might say, "Our time together has been meaningful, and I truly appreciate everything we've shared. As we move in different directions, I'll always hold on to the positive memories we've created." This reassures them that the relationship was valuable, even as it comes to an end. Reassuring them that this decision is about the natural course of your lives can also help. You might say, "This isn't about anything you've done. It's about where life is taking us. I genuinely wish you the best as we both move forward." This communicates that the decision is not a judgment, but a recognition of evolving paths. Finally, if it feels right, suggesting a way to stay connected might be a positive step. For example, though we might not be as close as before, I hope we can still keep in touch in some way. I value what we have and would like to support each other from a distance. This leaves the door open for future connections while respecting the need for change. Ending a relationship that has been meaningful can be deeply emotional, and approaching this transition with care is essential. It's important to reflect on the shared experiences and recognize the positive aspects of the connection before initiating any changes. By honoring the value of the relationship and acknowledging the good times, you create a more respectful and heartfelt conclusion. This perspective not only helps in easing the emotional burden, but also fosters a more amicable separation, allowing both parties to move forward with a sense of closure and peace. Change is a natural and inevitable part of life, and understanding this can help ease the discomfort of letting go. Relationships, like everything else, evolve over time, and accepting this fact can shift your focus from the pain of parting to the potential for new beginnings. Ampersand. Although it's natural to feel sadness about the end of a chapter, try to see it as an opportunity for growth and renewal. This shift in perspective can transform the experience from a loss into a chance for personal development and positive change, benefiting both you and the other person as you each continue your individual journeys. As you move forward, consider how this decision impacts your overall well-being and personal growth. Letting go of relationships that no longer align with your best interests is an important act of self-care. It's about honoring your own needs and making space for connections that truly support and uplift you. Surrounding yourself with positive influences that align with your values will foster a nurturing environment for your continued growth and happiness. The relationships that matter will evolve with you and continue to support your journey, while those that don't will naturally make way for new and meaningful connections. Navigating these conversations with empathy and care can help make the process smoother for both of you. It's about respecting the relationship you've had while acknowledging that it's time to move on. Thank you for joining me today and allowing me to share these thoughts with you. I hope this message provides comfort and clarity as you navigate your own journey. Remember, you are deserving of love, respect, and authentic connections. Keep moving forward with confidence and trust in the beautiful process of growth and transformation. You have the strength and wisdom to embrace change and release what no longer serves you with grace and love. Surround yourself with those who reflect the best in you and support your journey. This is how you build a network of genuine, nurturing relationships that enhance your life and your path. As you continue to move forward, remember that every step you take toward honoring your true self is a step toward creating a life filled with meaningful connections and abundant growth. Keep shining your light and trust that every decision you make is guiding you toward the life you are meant to live. And remember, sharing is caring. If you know someone who could use a dose of motivation and empowerment, share this video with them. Together, we can uplift and inspire each other. Thank you for being a part of my community. Let's continue to find strength in our stories.